All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and get this party started. I'm honored to introduce to our stage our 2022 Bassmaster Classic champion, Mr. Jason Christie. Let's give some love. Fantastic. And for those of y'all who are counting, there were only 4 classics with a smaller margin of victory, 54 pounds even. Jason won by 5 ounces. Made it probably closer than he wanted it to be, but it made it extremely exciting for all of us to watch. So with that said, I will open up the floor for questions. All right, yep. Basic pattern details, equipment, lures that were important to the victory.
So in practice, I didn't find a lot. You know, I was committed for the most part to the bank. And one morning, I just started running some drains. And, you know, with live scope, there was that particular drain where I fished all 3 mornings I started. You know, and it was really just a comfort thing. I didn't think that I was going to weigh any fish out of there. Or I shouldn't say that. I knew I had a chance to catch a big one or two. But just to get a limit, you know, and it's been a while since I fished one of these, get back in the groove. You know, and the more I fished it, the more I learned about it. That's all I was doing. I had throwing a 3/16 jig head with a couple of different minnows. One minnow is a new minnow that we have. It's a prototype at Yum. It's called FF Sonar Minnow, which stands for Forward Facing Sonar Minnow. And honestly, this is something that I've been working on for either 6 or 7 years around the house. You know, in the wintertime, I fish tournaments around the house, and we've won a lot, and 99.9% of it's come on that technique. 8-pound sunline leader, 16-pound braid, you know, Falcon 7-foot spinning rod, lose 3,000 spinning reel. And then I would start running boat docks. And you guys probably watched live today. It was not fast and furious. It was slow. It was painful. About the time that you thought that you weren't going to get a bite, you would get one. 5/8 War Eagle Jiu-Jitsu jig with the Yum 2.75 craw chunk. 20-pound sunline shooter. Jason Christie, flipping stick, 7.4. And a Lose Pro SP, which stands for skipping and pitching. I'm not much of a skipper. I'm more of a pitcher. Did that answer your question?
All right, Louie, what you got?
Well, soon. I can't answer that because I don't run the mold, but hopefully soon. The thing that I have learned about it is we're about out of season, so more than likely I don't know. I can't answer that question when it's going to be. There may still be a couple of things that I may change. I don't know. I mean, I like it the way it is. They're just colors. I want it perfectly right before it's out.
Yeah, and for those folks at home, that was a question about the estimated time of arrival for the prototype, and we're all hoping it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
All right, Dana, what you got? So for the folks at home, it's what was your mindset coming into it? Did you think you had it won, or did you think it had slipped from your grasp?
You know, honestly, when I pulled in, when I checked in, you know, my head's hurting from trying to calculate how much weight. And I didn't even think I had a chance, you know. And then, you know, you can tell when somebody asks you, the right people ask you what you got. And I start thinking, I'm like, well, I think I'm pretty sure I got 16 and a half. I might have 17. And then whenever I bagged them out there, I'm like, that one's fat, that one's fat, that one's even fatter. I might have, you know, 17 and some change. But honestly, when Kyle weighed in, I looked at it. I thought it was going to be like within an ounce one way or the other. I mean, I was hoping that. Honestly, I thought we were going to tie and be out there fishing tomorrow, which would have been painful. But I think I said, I don't remember in an interview earlier, all of the events I've ever won, they come when you least expect them. Dude, I won this thing off one deep hole and running around crazy flipping boat docks. I mean, like I had nothing. It came when you least expect it. You know, and that's how I calm myself today. You know, I was like, I did all I could do. I fished for 3 days, and I did not lose a fish that mattered. You know, I lost a big on the first day. You heard the story. I caught it the second day. I mean, what else can you ask for?
On stage, you also said to the fans, they're Bassmaster.
Mm-hmm.
On the long road back, what does it mean to be standing in front of those people, having accomplished this that hurt you?
So the question was, what does it mean to be standing in front of that many people where the sport means so much that they are the Bassmaster body, is what you said. How did that feel?
Well, I don't know what I said, but what I meant is we can't have Bassmaster without them, and that's why I came back. But, you know, the camera guy I had today, Jake, I had Jake in the last classic here. And Jake is as good as gold. I mean, he and I are tight. And the third day, you know, whenever things are starting to just implode, you know, he doesn't say a word. And he comes over, he doesn't want to ask me, and he asks if it's okay if they film live going back. What better medicine for me to take it than to do that? I mean, I could have said, nah, you know, I want to sit over here and sell it. But, yeah, let's do the interview because I deserved what happened. You know, and to do that and then watch the people close around me, my kids, you know, my family, my sponsors, that have so much hope, and then I don't want to say let them down because I didn't do anything wrong, but just, you know, have bad luck roll in. And then to stand up there when you least expect it, you know, like I didn't even know what I was going to say because I wasn't prepared to say anything. So, did I answer your question?
Okay, very good. Next, yeah, David. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Area of the lake that you're fishing and of the docks, what made one special over another?
So the depot I had was just on the other side of the bridge. I don't even know the name of it. Half a mile from takeoff, maybe a mile. Only deep hole I had. And then where I struggled is in practice a week ago. I could get bit anywhere on a dock, but what happened was as it rolled on, they wanted to get super shallow. So they either wanted to be on a dock that was, you know, that I could see bottom all the way around, or the underneath the walkway of a deep dock. And usually what that represents is they're really close to spawning. They'll get up there around those walkways and they'll sun and they'll kind of, you know, they're thinking about what they're going to do. And, you know, today, I don't know how much you guys can tell from live. You're probably, I know about noon, everybody's like, well, here he goes again. He's running all over the lake. I needed that walkway. The walkways was the deal because I don't think a lot of guys were messing with those, the long walkways that were in the water. I think that's what I caught almost every fish off of. And you think about it, I didn't lose a fish all week. I get a 3.5 caught in a rope today. I catch a 3-pounder with 15 minutes left to go that's on the other side of a cable. I mean, when you do that against these guys, I mean, you're supposed to win.
All right, next question. Yes, sir.
In the past, winning these events, they don't set in for a few days. I mean, like right now, it's just like I'm in a dream. I'm sitting up here with no clothes on, and you guys are staring at me. Like I just don't know. But tomorrow, like whenever that phone, I look at that phone and there's 500 text messages, you know, and what this is for more than me is for my family and my sponsors. I mean, I've been with most of my sponsors for a very long time, and even the new sponsors. Like, I can use whatever I want in the industry. I really can. And I choose to use the things that I use because I think that it gives me an advantage. But, you know, it's for them more so than me. You know, I've managed to hold it together, and I call my, you know, kids back there in the back, both of them's crying. You know, didn't get to talk to the other one, but they're crying. They're more happy than I am. But I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, Dano.
You gave up guaranteed money to bet on yourself to go back to the Opens to get here.
Hmm.
What is it about you that's willing to throw all that in for the mind, bump it up against?
Well, it's just I have a lot of friends. Matter of fact, several of those friends texted me last night. Good luck, KVD being one of them. You know, and I can't put it any other way than we work at two different places. We might go eat lunch together. We might go hang out. But the other place, I just I just felt more comfortable here. And I think the biggest thing is just what happened at the Classic. You know, both times. And I knew, and that's what I wanted, and that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to pull into an arena like that, like we did today. You know, and that's it's simple as that. But the main thing is that thing sitting right there. I mean, I missed out on it twice, and actually I felt like out of 8 Classics, I had a legitimate shot to win 4. Even though I might have finished 16th and 1, I was 4th going in. You know, I've had chances. It's my time of year. Like this pre-spawn is my favorite time of the year because I can put a big bait in my hand for the most of the time and go fishing.
All right, we're gonna have time for about 2 more questions before we got to get him to the champions toast. All right.
How did your boat equipment help you achieve success?
I mean,
Specifically, boat question. How did your boat and equipment attached to the boat help with your success?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is if you don't hear about it, you know what I mean? Everything's good. I made it back to check-in each day. My fish are all alive. You know, I can get up there and maneuver around, and how many times the power poles went up and down? 1 million this week. You know, I know that, like today, I caught one with a few minutes left. I don't think it cold, but I know that when I shut down and fire that Yamaha up, it's gonna get me right over there. I don't have to worry. Oh, I gotta leave my engine running because I don't know if it's gonna everything. Like I say, I can use anything in the industry, as far as boat, motor, all of that stuff, fishing rod, fishing reel, and I choose to run what I have. You know, I think I won the first tour level event with Live Scope back then, Panoptics. Dude, I don't know. I mean that's just. I mean everybody knows how it's changed fishing and how it's even going to change it more in the future. So all of the equipment, hands down, wouldn't be sitting here without it.
All right. All right. One last question.
Record-breaking attendance this week. Just your thoughts on Lake Hartwell, Anderson, Greenville,
Yeah, record-breaking attendance. Your thoughts on the lake, the community that hosted this incredible event?
There's just something about it. It's like kind of like going to grandma's house. I mean, you just feel comfortable. There's cookies on the table, all of that stuff. It's just, I have a great place to stay when I come here. I met a friend through the Classic that I lost. I stayed at one of his VRBOs. I stayed at his lake house. It's like staying at home. The people on the docks, the people on the bank, they're just, I roll into a dock today and I wake this dock and I looked on the first story. I didn't look on the second. Old boy's sitting up there in a lawn chair drinking beer and he's rocking. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, do what you got to do to catch one. We want you to win. So it's just the whole group, and it's a special place because I did win here. I mean, I was kind of on the verge when I won in 2011. I didn't know how much longer I was going to be able to do it. It's just a special place. Grandma's house is the best way I know how to explain it. But they show up for everything. You look at takeoff, you look at weigh-in.
All right. Very good. Well, we're going to have to get you over to Champions Toast. So let's give one more round of applause. Dude, classic champion, Mr. Jason Christie.